Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अद्भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवदुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टदृशाम् एष पुराणार्को धुनोदिक्तः। श्रीमद्भागवतपुराणममलं यद् वैष्णवानां प्रियं यस्मिन् पारमहंस्यम् एकम् अमलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते तत्र ज्ञानविराग भक्तिसहित नैष्ठकर्म्यम् आविष्कृतं तत् शृण्वन्सु पठन् विचारण परो भक्त्या विमुच्य नरः। सर्ववेदान्तसारं हि श्रीभागवतमीष्यते तद् रसामृतप्राप्त्यस्य नान्यत्र स्याद् रतिः क्वचित्। ह्य एतत् श्रावयेन् नित्यं क्षणम् अनन्यधी श्लोकम् एकं तद् अर्धं वा पादं पादार्थम् एव वा श्रद्धवानां यो अनुशृण्यात् पुनाति आत्मानि एव सः। कृष्णतुल्यभागवत विभो सर्वाश्रय प्रतिश्लोके प्रति अक्षरे नानार्थकया प्रेममया भागवत कृष्णेर श्री अङ्गताः ते काहेन यथा गोप्या कृष्णेरङ्ग आदिमध्य अन्त्य भागवते एकये विष्णुभक्ति नित्यसिद्ध अक्षय अव्यय भागवत शास्त्रे से भक्तिर्तत्व कहे तेनी भागवत समा को ना शास्त्र नाही. With a small glorification of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, let's enter into the last part of this Karthik month special sessions where we were discussing about Lord Krishna leaving Vrindavan to go to Mathura in the plans of Kamsa. That Kamsa planned to send Akrura and get Krishna and Balaram so that he can kill in Mathura. Yesterday we discussed about what happened in the case of Chanur and Mustika and all the other wrestlers. Today we will continue what happened to the fate of Kamsa himself. Can someone confirm if audio is fine?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Then we go to verse 44, chapter 44, 45, no, 44. Verse 29. Okay. गोपान् वयस्यान् आकृष्य तैः समृज्य विजहृतौ वाद्यमानेषु तूर्येषु वल्गन्तुरुतनूपुरौ. Krishna and Balaram then called their young cowherd boyfriends to join them, and in their company the lords danced about and sported, their ankle bells resounding as musical instruments played. One sec. How? Okay. जना प्रजः सर्वे कर्मणा रामकृष्णयोः Rite kamsam vipramukhyaha sadhava sadhu sadva iti. Everyone except Kamsa rejoiced at the wonderful feat Krishna and Balram had performed. The exalted Brahmanas and great saints exclaimed, Excellent, excellent. Hateshu Mallavaryeshu Vidruteshu cha Bhojarat Nyavarayat Swaturyani Vakyam Chedam Uvachaha. The Bhoja king, seeing that his best wrestlers had all been killed or had fled, stopped the musical performance originally meant for his pleasure and spoke the following words. निःसारयतः दुर्वृत्तौ वसुदेवात्मजौ पुरात् धनं हरत गोपानां नन्दं बभ्नीत durmatim. Kamsa said, drive the two wicked sons of Vasudeva out of the city, confiscate the cowhead's property, and arrest that fool Nanda. वसुदेवस्तु दुर्मेधा हन्यताम् आस्व असत्तमा उग्रसेन पिता चापि सानुगः परपक्षगः. Kill that most evil fool Vasudeva and also kill my father Ugrasena along with his followers who have all sided with our enemies. एवं विकत्तमाने वै कंसे प्रकुपितो व्ययः लघिन्नोत्पत्यतरसा मंचम उत्तुंगम आरुहत. As Kamsa thus raved so audaciously, the infallible Lord Krishna, intensely angry, quickly and easily jumped up onto the high royal dais. तम आविशन्तम् आलोक्य मृत्युम् आत्मना आसनात् मनस्वी सहसोत्थाय जघ्रे सोऽसि चर्मणि. Seeing Lord Krishna approaching like death personified, the quick-witted Kamsa instantly rose from his seat and took up his sword and shield. तं खड्गपाणिं विरञ्चन्तम् आसु श्येनं यथा दक्षिणसव्यम् अम्बरे समग्रहीद् दुर्विषहोग्र तेजा यथोरगं तार्क्ष्यसुतः प्रसह्य. Sword in hand, Kamsa moved quickly from side to side like a hawk in the sky. But Lord Krishna, whose fearsome strength is irresistible, powerfully seized the demon just as a son of Tarksha might capture a snake. प्रगृह्य केशेषु चलत्किरीटं निपात्य रङ्गोपरि तुङ्गमञ्चात् तस्योपरिष्टात् स्वयमब्जनाभः पपात विश्वाश्रय Atmatantraha. Grabbing Kamsa by his hair and knocking off his crown, the lotus naveled lord threw him off the elevated dais onto the wrestling mat. Then the independent lord, the support of the entire universe, threw himself upon the king. तं सम्परेतं विचकर्ष भूमौ हरिर्यथेभं जगतो विपश्यतः हाहेति शब्दः सुमहान् तदाभूत् उदीरितः सर्वजनैर्नरेन्द्र. As a lion drags a dead elephant, the Lord then dragged Kamsa's dead body along the ground in full view of everyone present. O king, all the people in the arena tumultuously cried out, Oh, oh! स नित्यदोद्विग्न धियातमीश्वरं पिबन् अदन्वा विचरन् स्वपन् स्वसन् ददर्श चक्रायुध अघ्रतो यतस्तदेव रूपं दुरवापम् आप. Kamsa had also always been disturbed by the thought that the Supreme Lord was to kill him. Therefore, when drinking, eating, moving about, sleeping, or simply breathing, that the king had always seen the Lord before him with the discus weapon in his hand. Thus Kamsa achieved the rare boon of attaining a form like Lord's. तस्यानुजा भ्रातरोऽस्थो कङ्कन्यग्रोधकादयः अभ्यधावन् अतिक्रुद्धा भ्रातुर्निर्वेशकारिणः. Kamsa's 8 younger brothers, led by Kanka and Nyagrodhaka, then attacked the lords in a rage, seeking to avenge their brother's death. तथाति रभसां तांस्तु संयत्तान् रोहिणीसुतः अहन् परिघन् उद्यम्य पशून् इव मृगाधिपः. As they ran swiftly toward the two lords ready to strike, the son of Rohini slew them with his club, just as a lion easily kills other animal. नेदुर्दुन्दुभयो व्योमि ब्रह्मेशाध्या विभूतयः पुष्पैकीरन्तस्तं प्रीताः सशंसुर्ननृतः ननृतुः स्त्रियः. Kettle drums resounded in the sky as Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods, the Lord's expansions, rained down flowers upon him with pleasure. They chanted his praises, and their wives danced. तेषां श्रियो महाराजा सुहृन्मरणदुःखिताः तत्राभियोर्विनिघ्नन्त्य शीर्षाणि अश्रुविलोचनाः. My dear king, the wives of Kamsa and his brothers, aggrieved by the death of their well-wishing husbands, came forward with tearful eyes, beating their heads. Shayanan Shayanan Veerasayanam, sorry, Shayayan Veerashayayam Patin Alingya Sochatihi Vilepyusu Swaram Naryo Visrajyantyo Muhu Suchaha. Embracing their husbands who lay on a hero's final bed, the sorrowful women loudly lamented while shedding constant tears. Ha Natha Priya Dharmagnya Karunanath Vatsala Tvaya Hatena Nihata Vayam te sa graha prajaha. The woman cried out, Alas, O Master, O dear one, O knower of religious principles, O kind and compassionate protector of the shelterless, by your being slain we have also been slain, together with your household and offspring. त्वया विरहितपत्या पुरीयं पुरुषार्षभा न शोभते वयम इव निवृतोत्सव mangala. O great hero among men, bereft of you, its master, this city has lost its beauty, just as we have, and all festivity and good fortune within it have come to an end. Anga अनागसां त्वं भूतानां कृतवान् दोहम् उल्बनं तेने मां भो दशां नीतो भूतधृक्को लभेत सम्. O dear one, you have been brought to this state because of the terrible violence you committed against innocent creatures. How can one who harms others attain happiness? सर्वेषामिह भूतानाम् एष हि प्रभवाप्ययः गोप्ता च तद् अव्यध्यायी न क्वचित् सुखम् एदते. Lord Krishna causes the appearance and disappearance of all beings in this world, and he is their maintainer as well. One who disrespects him can never prosper happily. श्रीशुक उवाच राजो योषित आवस्य भगवन् लोकभावनः यामाहुर्लौकिकीं संस्थां हतानां samakarayat. Shukadeva Goswami said, after consoling the royal ladies, Lord Krishna, sustainer of all the worlds, arranged for the prescribed funeral rites to be performed. मातरं पितरं चैव मोचयित्वाथ बन्धनात् कृष्ण रामो ववन्दाते शिरसा स्वस्य पादयोः. Then Krishna and Balaram released their mother and father from bondage and offered obeisances to them, touching their feet with their heads. देवकी वसुदेवश्च विज्ञानजगत् ईश्वरौ कृतसंवन्दनौ पुत्रौ सस्वजातेन शङ्कितौ. Devaki and Vasudeva now, knowing Krishna and Balaram to be the lords of the universe, simply stood with joined palms. Being apprehensive, they did not embrace their sons. Here ends this chapter 44 from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 10th Canto, the killing of Kamsa. So, as yesterday I was saying, let's quickly, briefly go through the the commentaries of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. As per the Sarartha Darshini, Sara means essence, Artha means meaning. The Sarartha Darshini means one who is giving us the opportunity to understand Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, which is the Sar. What is the Sar? It is the loving to know, to relish, to to relish, to rejoice the pastimes of Lord in mentioned in the 10th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So in that way we see in this chapter, I'm just kind of going very quickly. So this is about Krishna and Balaram entering the arena, and then there was this conversation, especially the women. All the women present considered that the match was unfair, and in that regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying the women discussed the unfairness of the match between the strong and the weak. The reason for this was their compassion, which was a symptom of their natural affection for Krishna. So yesterday we were reading in the Prabhupada in purports, yeah, where we saw that it was kind of um, compassionate anxiety, yeah, and here it's written as the compassion, which was a symptom of their natural affection. So compassion is not out of feeling great of oneself. Compassion is not feeling someone is need of such compassion. Compassion is a natural affection. That's what we can see when someone when someone loves others, when someone cares others, then out of this natural affection, what comes out is this anxiety to make, to protect. Because of that, they were unaware of Krishna and Balaram's superior strength. So here, in this case, Krishna and Balaram, they were superior, but the ladies of Mathura or who were there, they were not seeing that way. And then, alas, what a great religion is happening. And then from verse number 7 to 16, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, the discussion of women described in the 10 verses 7 to 16, if king sees a fight between young boys and strong adults, he should stop. When the spectators see that king is watching, they follow suit and simply watch. So it is the role of the leader to be very careful how he deals with when he is, how unbiased is he ruling, and how carefully he is serving. Here in this case, the king should serve his people, should set a right example, should drive the people in the right path. Um, that's what expected in the case of the king. The king desires to watch and they imitate him. This is what happened here. And then what comparison can be there between these two professional wrestlers and the Krishna and Balaram? He says, Acharya says, while describing the soft bodies of Krishna and Balaram, the women pointed out with their fingers. So in this way, yeah, there is. It is not just or rather it is a very deep expression that the women of this arena who are discussing have towards Krishna and Balaram. That's why they are even pointing, see, they were showing the hand and saying, what kind of injustice is going on. And then there is very nice, they're saying religious principles have certainly been violated. The woman said, certainly there is religion, dharma, vyatikrama. Vyatikrama means to uh, override, override the rules in this assembly, samajasya. So no one should stay here. Therefore, we should immediately leave this place. This was the proposal from the women there. And then they were also saying a wise person should not enter an assembly if he knows the participants there are committing acts of impropriety, if someone is doing that. In this case, yeah, in the 10th verse, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, another group of women, one group are saying we should leave immediately, and another group of women, they even are quoting from a Shastra rules and regulations as per the scriptures. They say, we have committed offense by coming here. If someone knows that there is injustice in an assembly and remains silent, or else speaks contrary to religious principles, or acts as if ignorant, saying, "Oh, I don't know," even though one does in fact know. Even if one knows, but they say, "I don't know." In any case, in any of these cases, he will certainly incur sin. Therefore, he should not enter the assembly. But then, who is present there in this assembly? We can see Krishna, there is Nanda Maharaj, there is Devaki, Vasudeva, and there are also cowhead boys, cowhead men. And not only that, but who can be there is mentioned further. Acharya say, this prohibition against entering assembly is for the wise person who is concerned with worldly activities. So, if a person is wise, a wise person but who is attached to worldly affairs, such a person should be prohibited. Why? Because he will just incur sin out of it, but not for the wise person who is indifferent to such. What does that mean? From example given is, for example, Mahabharata explains that during the gambling match where Draupadi suffered her misfortune in the royal assembly, wise men such as Bhishma, who were concerned with worldly affairs, simply stood silently. Yeah, of course, we know in the end when Bhishma was shot arrows and was laying on the arrow bed. Yeah, at that time, yeah, obviously Bhishma acknowledges that. Yeah, he was silent. Um, so for them, such a staying in such an assembly is not right. So, but who can stay in the assembly? It is mentioned. Whereas the learned Vidura, who was indifferent to ordinary affairs, exclaimed, and you talk about religious duty, this is what he's saying, that, hey, everyone, all wise people, you think you are talking religious duties, but what happened on that day um, when Draupadi was, what is the word used here? Suffered misfortune, yeah. Thus, all the wise persons in the wrestling arena are afraid of Kamsa. All the wise people who were there, they were afraid of Kamsa because they are overly attached to worldly affairs. So, who were attached to worldly affairs were staying there. So, just see, and then they go on glorifying. But you see, but Krishna, but Krishna and Balram do not appear to be fatigued. There is no fault in this match since they are seen to be very strong. Acharya. And anticipating such an objection, the Mathura ladies speak this verse. What is the verse they are saying? Just see the lotus face of Krishna as he darts around his foes. So they are appreciating that Krishna is yeah, attacking his opponents. That face covered with drops of perspiration brought on by strenuous fight resembles a lotus covered with dew. What does that further understanding is mentioned in the next verse. Krishna, the lady said the reason for Balaram's anger is the fatigue brought by Mustika blows. Balaram appeared splendid before being absorbed in fighting and laughing. Uh, so in that way, they were not ordinary. And then when the women of Mathura, yeah, or there were some women who came from Braja, who were also in the assembly. Now we are talking about women here who are thinking this way. What are they thinking is how because they saw Mathura is not at all a suitable place anymore because the king is supporting irreligion, the people, wise people are also supporting irreligion. So this is no more a place. So in that, what they are doing is they start glorifying the gopis and Vrajabhumi. In this verse, the wives of Yagnik Brahmanas in Vraja, or some ladies who share the same mentality, express their prem, which is mixed with an awareness of Krishna's opulence. And that's why what they're saying is becoming intolerant of the unjust behavior of the onlookers. The ladies condemned the city of Mathura because of their pain at seeing Krishna in what they consider an unfair wrestling match. Thus, they praise Vraja and its inhabitants and by that criticize Mathura and its residents. That's why I was seeing there was something quite exciting that is happening in Mathura. Why the gopis or why the women, yeah, the women who were present are discussing about gopis and their fortune and Vrajabhumi. all these things is because they see, hey, though Vrindavan was a forest, I think it's coming here. They said, how astonishing it is. Hmm? Materialist people cannot understand the human-like form that Krishna displays in Vraja. Krishna wanders around engaging in various playful activities according to his own desires. We in Mathura are most unfortunate because we simply persecute him like this, and these people are simply watching. Though Vraja is just a forest, it is most fortunate for there Krishna played his flute and blissfully engaged in pastimes as the Vrajavasis looked on with bliss. This way they are thinking. This is the implication of their words. Actually, the word Anchati is in the present tense because the woman thought that Krishna would return to Vraja. So basically, when they were talking about, hey, Krishna has come here, but yeah, eventually he will go because this is not the place of him. Actually, however, the words cleverly establish here that the pastimes of Krishna are eternal and confirms in the scripture. Anyway, this is further detail. Maybe it means to say that yes, in fact, Krishna, in one way we can see Krishna didn't go back to he didn't go back to Vrindavan back. Rather, he stayed in Mathura and then he went to Dwaraka. But Krishna also has nothing to do with all this city life. Yeah, that's why he is always as the uh, mm, Nandana. He is always present in Vrindavan, and also he eternally is having pastimes in Vrindavan. That's what it means. Then further, then the gopis are thinking, those who have accrued heaps of pious activities are born in the land of Vraj. Among them, the gopis are the best. This is expressed by this verse, Gopya tapah kim acharanyan amushya rupam lavanya saram asamodhvam ananya siddham drigbhi pibati anusavabhi navam durapam ekanta dhama yashasa shriya aishwaryasya. So that Aishwarya, the ladies of Vraja are the best. The ladies said, what austerities did these gopis do? If anyone is omniscient, then please tell us what austerity they performed. We will perform the same austerity and be born as gopis in Braj. They drink the nectar of Krishna's beauty while we at the arena drink the poison of his injuries. We sit here filled with fever from the tip of our nails to the tip of our hair. By mentioning that as a result of austerities the gopis could see the beauty of Krishna's form, they also indicate that it resulted in being embraced by Krishna's arm. So in this way the ladies are, yeah, they are discussing, the ladies said, one should not say that Krishna is most excellent because of his superior beauty. Rather, the essence of all beauty is his very swarupa. That's why it's Lavanya Saram. Hmm? Oh, okay. I have to quickly. Is it Saram or Sharam? Sharam means body. Saram 15. Which verse? 14. Saram. Yeah. Saram. Essence of loveliness. Okay. Um, yeah, so that was the mood of gopis, ladies who were there. But it may be objected that since Krishna's form is being exhibited on earth, okay, this I'll skip here. Hmm. Okay, so in this way, the ladies were thinking, and then came the point where Krishna thought, okay, it was too much for the gopis, the ladies who were discussing, because though they were talking among themselves very far, but Krishna present in the heart of everyone. As the women spoke thus, O hero of Bharata, Krishna, the master of all mystic power, made up his mind to kill his opponent. Why Acharya is telling here, though the ladies were talking among themselves, Krishna being the best of the yogis, Yogeshwaro Hari could hear it. Thus he decided to kill Chanur in order to keep these ladies who were very much attached to him from suffering. Uh, so to remove their suffering, Krishna finally decided, okay, let me kill now immediately. Uh, Okay. And the verse number 18 is a bit tricky. Hmm. That's why we always need to have the commentaries, the tikas of acharyas as a reference to appreciate, uh, of course, to our level, whatever we can understand and grasp and apply in our life. Hmm? 18th verse says, out of affection for the two boys, Sabhaya, Sri, Gira, Srutva, their parents, hmm, their parents became overwhelmed with sorrow when they heard the woman's fearful statements. They grieved not knowing their son's strength. Now, parents, putra sneha, suchaturau, Pitarao means, what does it mean? Uh, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying Pitarao refers to Krishna parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, yeah, or his two fathers, Nanda and Vasudeva. Uh, Parents, Pitarao means it can refer to both. Lamenting over the situation, Krishna's parents thought, now this can be Nanda and Vasudeva, or this can be Vasudeva and Devaki also. Hmm? Why didn't we keep our son at home? When leaving Braja, why didn't we tell Akrura not to bring Krishna and Balaram to this wrestling arena? Why did we allow them to participate in this corrupt exhibition? This is the mood that after when they were hearing from the woman, hmm, they felt this. The parental affection of Krishna's mother and father covered their awareness of their son's incomparable strength, and thus they felt morose. There is the suggestion that this ignorance of their son's powers was temporary. Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, when we go to the last verse, we understand that it was only temporary feeling. And then, when Krishna killed Chanur, then Balaram killed Mushtika, and then mm, uh, we quickly come to the verse where we started today from 29. Krishna and Balaram then called their young cowherd boys to join them, and in their company the Lord danced about and sported. Here, Krishna and Balaram danced about, celebrating their victory with their friends and relatives. In this, we can see, yeah, a simple life is all about not how to secure more and more and more. A city life is how to accumulate more and more and more. There is this rat which goes from a village to a city, which in the spirit of greed, that it can eat a lot, but it always had the risk that the master or the house owner can kill this rat anytime. But yeah, there are other rats who are saying, don't worry, there is this risk, but don't worry, we will manage it. The main thing is the table is full of food. Don't you see that? So the greed. Whereas village simple life is about enjoying whatever. Here, when Krishna and Balram uh, killed these wrestlers, yeah, there was jubilation. The cowhead men, they joined and celebrated. Everyone except Kamsa rejoiced at the wonderful feat of Krishna. The exalted Brahmanas and great saints exclaimed, Sadhu Sadhu, Sadhu Sadhva iti, Sadhava Sadhu Sadhava iti. The sadhus means the Brahmanas said this. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying it is understood that the best among the Brahmanas who were Krishna's devotees were exclaiming like that. This is very good. The worst of the Brahmanas, however, who were Kamsa's low caste priests, were seriously grieving. Oh, what misfortune! Ah, so it might be in this whole assembly when there is ha, hey, hey, sadhu, sadhu, or loud applause for what has happened. Who knows what is the mood? So acharyas are telling the Brahmana, the real Brahmana, good Brahmanas, are actually uh, mm, glorifying the victory of the Lord, celebrating. And there were others who knows what will happen to them when their master Kamsa will be killed. So they were not appreciating. They see, hey, this is a misfortune because after them, who will be the next? It will be Kamsa. So then the king stopped whatever musical instruments, everything, all musical arrangements were there, performances originally were planned for Kamsa to enjoy, but now he asked everything stop. And then from 32 comes nice. He's saying, drive the two wicked sons of Vasudeva out of the city. Confiscate the cowhead's property and arrest that fool Nanda. Yeah, okay, let's read this as it is. So, and kill that most evil fool Vasudeva, and also kill my father Ugrasena along with his followers who have all sided with the enemy. Hmm? So here Kamsa was totally, yeah, that was his last moments, right? Or rather, he was thinking now he has to act quickly and do something out of his anger. He was saying, as Kamsa thus raved so audaciously, the infallible Lord Krishna, intensely angry, quickly and easily jumped upon the high royal dais. So here Acharya is saying Krishna became extremely angry. Hmm? Prakupitaha upon hearing this enmity addressed to his devotees. When he was saying like this to to Vasudeva, when Kamsa was saying, "Oh, kill them," so he became very angry. Krishna, unlike most living entities, does not lose his power of discrimination when he is intensely angry. I don't know, Pratik Prabhu, if you are there. Huh? This is what acharyas are saying. Krishna, unlike most living entities, when we are uh, in anger, we lose power of discrimination. Krishna jumped so quickly on the king's platform that no one saw him do it. So he was out of that great uh, anger, but still didn't lose the power of discrimination. He jumped. Seeing Lord Krishna approaching like death personified, Kamsa immediately he rose from his place. He took the sword and he wanted to attack with the sword, grabbing Kamsa by the hair. And then what happened? Krishna, but Lord Krishna, whose fearsome strength is irresistible, powerfully seized the demon, and then he simply threw him on the wrestling mat. You know what happened? Krishna threw himself, and after that, Krishna threw himself upon the fallen body of Kamsa. What does that mean? By the time Krishna jumped on Kamsa, Kamsa already was dead. Hmm? Grabbing Kamsa by the hair and knocking off his crown, Krishna threw him off the elevated dais onto the wrestling mat. Then the independent Lord, the support of entire universe, threw himself upon him. Um, okay, I think in this verse. So Krishna threw himself upon the fallen body of Kamsa so that his own body would not be injured by hitting the ground. Krishna, wanting to kill Kamsa, at that moment thought of himself as the shelter of the universe, which was burdened by Kamsa. What substantiates what I just said is from the verse 38. It is said, as a lion drags a dead elephant, the Lord then dragged Kamsa's dead body along the ground in full view of everyone present. So the spectators thought that Kamsa had simply been knocked unconscious when thrown from the dais. No, he was not unconscious. They did not think he was dead. Therefore, Krishna dragged his corpus so everyone would realize that the evil king was indeed dead. The audience expressed their surprise, exclaiming, "Ha, ha, ha, Heti!" Because though Kamsa was a great warrior, he had been killed with such disdain. The audience astonishment is also mentioned in Vishnu Purana. It is said, Tato ha ha kritam sarvam asit tad ranga mandalam avagnaya hatam drishtva Krishnena Madhureshwaram. Mathureshwaram. Then the entire arena became filled with cries of astonishment as the people saw that the king of Mathura had been contemptuously killed by Krishna. Jai. And then Krishna had sorry, Kamsa had always been disturbed by thoughts of the Supreme Lord, was to kill him, right? That's why he was therefore when drinking, eating, moving, about sleeping or simply breathing, the king had always seen the Lord before him with the disc weapon in his hand. Thus Kamsa achieved the rare boon of attaining a form like the Lord's. So Acharya is saying, although born out of fear, so Kamsa is representing here that out of fear of his life, out of fear of the Lord, out of fear of time, Kamsa has done everything. What did he do in this process was unknowingly or actually knowingly, uh, favorably, no, unfavorably, Kamsa's constant meditation was on Krishna eradication, and through this he wanted to eradicate Krishna, but because he was always meditating on Krishna, his offenses got eradicated, and therefore the demon got liberation. This is the intention of this verse, 39. And then we see that Kamsa's brothers pursued Krishna to absolve the debt to their brother by, let's go and take a revenge. With avenging mode, they came and attacked, but Balaram simply with his club, just as a lion easily kills other animals, he did it. And then there was jubilation, praise, everything is there. And then the wives of Kamsa, they came, and then they were very sorrowful, loudly lamented. The word Sochati stands for Sochantyaha, lamenting, and in that lamentation they were the daughter of Jarasan and others who were married speak in two verses. What are they saying? Along with our houses and offsprings, we also have been killed. There is nothing. The ladies now speak practical wisdom. What are they saying? Oh, dear one, you have been brought to this state because of terrible violence you committed against innocent creatures. This is very important. Of course, at the Shamshan, what do you call this? Smashana Vairagya, one can come with up all these things to really speak fearlessly the truth. But the point here is that one should be very careful when dealing with his subjects, where here it says innocent creatures. You have committed a violence. Um, yeah. Um, to show your supremacy, to be um, in that you were collecting excessive taxes, etc. So how can one harm others? Others, how can one who harms others attain happiness? So this is your fate. The ladies now speak practical wisdom because their minds were purified by Krishna's association and agony of recent events. So that's the reason what's happening. The agony, the Smashan Vairagya is anyway bringing us to a state of renunciation. But not only that, because Krishna was present there, that purified their um, purified them. Lord Krishna causes the appearances and disappearances of all beings in this world, and he is their maintainer as well. One who disrespects him can never prosper happily. The lady said, he, Esha, Krishna, is the source, Prabhava, and ultimate resting place, Apyaya, of all living entities. Those who disrespect Tad Avadhyayi, Krishna never attains happiness. And saying so, now Shukadev Goswami is saying very nice. After consoling the royal ladies, Lord Krishna, sustainer of all the worlds, arranged for prescribed funeral rites to be performed. So how did Krishna console? A glimpse is given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He's saying, O wives of Kamsa, today you have met with great misfortune, but I am obliged to protect you. So why should you worry? Yeah? In this way, Krishna consoled them. What does that mean is that, okay, they are not, yeah, usually we may have this question, right? I don't know, what was that question? If Krishna all of a sudden comes and asks us to come back, oh, who is going to take care of our wife and children, etc. Krishna is saying here, today you have met with great misfortune. Of course, here in the sense of material platform, we may see, oh, it's a misfortune that, oh, the sustainer, the maintainer is gone. But who is the real maintainer and who is the real support? He is saying, but I am obliged to protect you. Why? Because we are children of the Lord. So the Lord is anyway uh, protector. So why should you worry? In this way, Krishna consoled them. Mataram pitaram chaiva mochayitvat bandhanat Krishna Ramo vavandate shirasa spruha padayo. Then Krishna Balaram released their mother and father from bondage and offered obeisances to them, touching their feet with their heads. Krishna and Balaram touched their heads prominently to the feet of Vasudeva and Devaki. This is what. But what happened is shocking from verse number 51. To really understand this, we have to go to the next chapter, go through few verses to understand what did Krishna do then. First, Devaki and Vasudeva, now knowing Krishna and Balaram to be the lords of the universe, simply stood with joined palms. Being apprehensive, they did not embrace their sons. So, why? No? Acharya is saying, remembering the events of Krishna's birth. First of all, Krishna's birth itself, Krishna came in the four-handed form and he said, I am going to appear. That already is remembering the event of Krishna's birth and as observing his power in killing Kamsa, Vasudeva and Devaki saw Krishna as the Supreme Lord. That's why it said, who is most dear, who is great parents, whether it is Devaki, Vasudeva, or Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, it's always said Yashoda and Nanda. Why? Because they could experience or reciprocate um, the the rasa of Krishna without this Aishwarya Bhav, or understanding the Lord is supreme. Therefore, and could not embrace him. Oh, being aware of the custom that parents do not bow to their children, we know this, right? Parents anyway do not bow down to the children because by doing so, it is um, Ayush Kshinam, the lifespan, the longevity of the child um, becomes less, yeah, shortened, yeah. So parents anyway do not offer obeisances to the children, but here the child is who? Krishna, Balaram, right? So Vasudeva and Devaki did not offer obeisances to Krishna. They are not able to offer obeisances, they are not able to accept Krishna Balaram's obeisances, they were simply froze. Paralyzed from fear, they simply stood there. Seeing this, Krishna does something in the next chapter. If one wants to read, they can read, but we conclude here this chapter. So, yeah, thank you very much for patiently listening and showing great enthusiasm. Um, I somehow this thought came to my mind. Yeah, anyway, we are reading childhood pastimes of Krishna, almost covering the Govardhan Leela, Damodar Leela. Yeah, I thought, okay, let's appreciate Krishna uh, when he goes to Mathura, and especially, yeah, we know, yeah, it is that Krishna has come to re-establish dharma, and we may see Krishna sometimes maybe a side role in Mahabharata, but actually he plays a pivotal role. Actually, everything still is, though Pandavas and Kauravas in Hastinapur uh, are building the circumstances for the Yuddha. Yeah, Krishna was actually having them as an instrument to show, to demonstrate what happens to the fate of adharma, people who are supporting adharma, and what happens to one who is supporting dharma, where Lord personally himself is present to guide as Parthasarathi. Yeah, we can see. But here we can see in Mathura, he has freed his parents at that an age. And thankfully, we have referred to the commentaries of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It is said that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has very intensely um, prepared. When he wrote this, he has picked up the commentaries of previous acharyas. He was referring to Srila Sanatan Goswami's Vaishnava Toshini, and Sanatan Goswami, then Sridhar Swami, who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the commentaries of Sridhar Swami are the best in the world, entire world. The commentaries of him. And Jiva Goswami's. mm, So, what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has provided is the cream of all the acharyas, what they have said, and especially we were discussing the cream of this 10th canto, which is the Saman Bonam, which is the Atra Sarga Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Utayaha Manvantareshanu Kathaya Niroda Muktir Ashraya. This Ashraya, which is the ultimate shelter that one should take. These are the 10 subjects of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the last, which is actually completely taking shelter of Krishna, is fully manifested in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's where we were just spending some time. Of course, we shouldn't just jump in, but we should really seek blessings, mm, by praying to them, to seek their blessings, that we can understand them properly, that we can really appreciate it, enjoy, relish, but not just in that, but understand that all this is to appreciate that we are servants of the Lord. And yeah, just like the women of Mathura, they were praying, oh, may we want to do that austerities so that we can attain Krishna. So we also, as sadhakas, should understand the purpose of hearing all this is to understand those devotees who, how they have served Krishna, were kept Krishna in the center and attained the topmost, yeah, the gopis who have attained the topmost association of Krishna. Yeah. That said, yeah, we can't simply continue in this 10th canto, especially when we are talking about the Leelas after this, when it's about the gopis, when it's about the vibes of Krishna. Of course, one can still read through some chapters which are discussing about Krishna, how he has killed Shankachuda, how he has killed Shishupal, how he has killed so many wonderful pastimes. What happened? How did Krishna go and brought Parijata tree from Indralok? All these things are okay, but to appreciate all these things, this is something like when one hears to Bhagavad Gita, just they go to this chapter of Vibhuti Yoga where Krishna is saying, I am this, I am that, I am everything, everything restores on me, I am the sun, I am the moon. It might appear too much for newbies, too much for people who are not yet appreciated Krishna's greatness. They may think that it is so egoistic, or that Lord or someone is saying that he claims. How can he claim? So that is the problem we may have if we straightly jump. Rather, we gradually, systematically study the scriptures. So let us go back to our Bhagavatam. Which canto are we in? Sixth canto. Yeah, we are still gradually coming. So from the canto 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we are in fourth or sixth. In the daily recitation, it is still fourth. Yeah, it is still in the fourth canto. We are finishing there. Prithu Maharaj is done or finishing there. Yeah, that saves us, that helps really. It's not like, okay, now we can simply, if at all we want to read 10th canto, Prabhupada has made it available in the form of Krishna book. Yeah, Krishna himself, so Prabhupada made this book Krishna available, and he very, very carefully helps the readers to navigate through the esoteric, high leelas with very strong philosophy, so that we are not deviating. So one may, if one has interest, why not? In fact, during Prabhupada's time, we know that Bhagavatam was ordered that every day morning in the that time 108 temples, every day there should be Bhagavatam recitation, and then there is Bhagavad Gita. And night time, all the devotees, before they go to bed, they take a cup of hot milk, he read Krishna book, and then they go to rest. So in that way, Krishna book, which is 10th canto only, but in a way that one can um, read. Of course, again, one should not just jump into part 2 of it, because I have part 2 book. One should carefully read from chapter 1. One should not think these first chapters we already know about it. I want to know more which I don't know. No, Krishna's appearance is glorified. One has to understand from the basic uh, understanding and gradually read if one is reading Krishna book. Okay, thank you very much. Let's pray that the acharyas are happy and are pleased with our enthusiasm to hear Bhagavatam, this episode of Killing Kamsa, and bless us with some spirit of service that we can really take up. And yeah, we can also offer prayers for forgiveness if we have not taken it up in the right spirit. Not I, especially myself, I have not understood properly and I've interpreted something. May Lord please forgive. Uh, and yeah, in that way, happy Karthik month. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any thoughts or questions someone has? How did you feel overall? I think some have joined all the sessions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this recitation. And we have another 3 more days for the Kartik month to end. So it is like, you kind of crisp the Krishna book, which is the first book in the West, in whatever way it is possible, Prabhuji, in 30 days. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you.
Prabhuji, one short thing. I was like little bit into this Gopi Gita thing in the recent. That also comes in Canto 10, right, Prabhuji? But we didn't cover that, right? Or
Yeah. That
we,
comes in the 51st chapter, I think, no?
yeah, that's later, Prabhuji. Okay, okay. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it
Thank you,
comes.
thank you, Prabhuji, for this conducting this series of 10th canto reading. Yeah, it was wonderful from the childhood pastimes and up to Mathura Leela of the Lord. Yeah, we all are feeling blessed in this Kartik month for this recitation. Especially the last part of the today's session, you said that the Vasudev and Devaki, they were feeling, they were in Aishwarya Bhav, so they could
Mm-hmm.
not embrace.
Mm-hmm.
But can one artificially also so one, if one knows that Lord does not like or Lord likes more not the Aishwarya dealings in Aishwarya Bhav, but more in the like the Nand and Yashoda Maya,
Mm-hmm.
they are not in Aishwarya but in the loving exchange. So
Yeah.
if one knows that Lord likes it more or enjoys, relishes more, then
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
should one cross over these Aishwarya and always think that we can embrace the Lord? Or
Yeah. So, definitely one should long for, but one should understand the sthai, the level or the position of oneself. One shouldn't artificially go beyond the sthai of oneself. It's just like um, a person cannot speak if he is a dumb person, right? So that is his limitation. That is, but of course, yeah, one can um, one can have the endeavor of still communicating, isn't it? Hmm? So a person who can't speak, still he can express his feelings. But of course, it is far when we see a person who is able to speak, he is given the best, yeah. But we should understand how come one can get the best, yeah. In the case of gopis, it is said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the best love devotees are Gopi Brajavadhus, the gopis of Brajabhumi. Of course, now if you are not there, if you want to be like that, you have to take to the process. Yeah? Just like the women of Mathura were thinking, oh, what austerities what they have done, let us know that and let's do that. Hmm? And if one want to become a gopi, of course, it's not too difficult. If they really are serious, if they engage in the process of devotional life, following the rules and regulations, they come to this next level, to the next level, to the next level, and then they experience this, yeah, what do you call this, rati, the taste. Sorry, ruchi. Rati is still attachment, asakti, bhava, prema. Hmm? When they come, then that's naturally positions one in engaging in Lord's conjugal loving service or Lord's. Yeah, when we talk about even in the Vatsalya, also we can see there was this barrier. Of course, um, you always feel, oh, my kid is so and so. Hmm? That barrier is there. When it is there, yeah, it is there. And of course, Krishna, that's why he plays Yoga Maya. If you read the next chapter, in that we can see that's why now Krishna is ordering, oh, my parents are scared about me or thinking out of the Aishwarya Bhav. So Krishna is compensating that. He is making the Yoga Maya play on them. Why? Because Krishna is also yeah, earning for the love of Vasudeva and Devaki. Yeah. So there are two ways, yeah. So the two ways, oh, that's the reason. Now, in the description of the 45th chapter, it said, now that his parents Vasudeva Devaki had realized his true position as God, Sri Krishna expanded his Yoga Maya to again make them think of him as their dear child. Then with Lord Balaram, Krishna approached them and said how unhappy he was that he and they had been unable to enjoy mutual satisfaction of parents and children who live together. Then he stated, even in a lifetime of 100 years, no son can ever repay the uh, debt he owes to his parents, from whom he receives his very body. Any capable son who fails to support his parents will be forced in hereafter to eat his own flesh. Yeah. So this is what is indeed any person who does not maintain and nourish those under his care, children, wife, spiritual master, brahmana, elder parents, and so on, is simply a living corpus. So it was out of fear of Kamsa that we could not serve you. So now please forgive us. So this is what Krishna tells to Vasudeva. Vasudeva and Devaki, overcome with emotion upon hearing these words of Krishna, embraced their sons and in ecstasy shed a torrent of tears. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, this prophecy that they heard from the sky,
Mm-hmm.
that will always remain, that
No, it
once
will
we...
not always remain. That is the beauty, no? That's why Krishna is playing this Yoga Maya spell so that they forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji. Mm-hmm. And Prabhuji, one more question was the separation of Krishna from Vrindavan. Is it so? You said, yeah, it is said that Krishna never lived Vrindavan. So, but physically, you mean physically was also Krishna remained there, or it was about the memory and
Krishna
remembering?
says, I do not leave Vrindavan. Of course, we can see that the gopis were in separation. So we can see that Krishna on one side is saying, hey, I never leave the place. Hmm. It is something of a higher understanding. Yeah, I mean, anyway, I can't speak on that. It definitely means to tell that Krishna uh, is always at home, hmm, which means his dealings are all those things are there, and in the mode of separation, everyone is remembering, and Krishna is also reciprocating. When I heard this, I understood this in this way, that when a spiritual master leave the world, of course, yeah, he's still present. It's not that he left. Hmm? You're getting the point. He is
Yeah.
fully present in samadhi, no? Hmm. Where one can seek blessings, one can offer obeisances. Yeah, it's not so impersonal understanding here. It's very personal. Still, the guru is still present. Uh,
Mm.
but of course, as I said, that's my level of understanding. But maybe this, to really understand this puzzle, I would say, yeah, maybe we can approach further others or refer scriptures.
Yes, Guruji. Thank
Hmm.
you, Guru.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just one thing from what you just mentioned. Uh, you said this gopis thing, you cannot speak about it. Even I was hearing to Gauranga Darshan Das, he, when he was telling the fasting of the Lord with gopis, this Gopi Gita is a very advanced topic, very difficult to talk. If you may know why all acharyas and elevated Vaishnavas like you are telling like that, Prabhuji.
Because it's elevated topic, right?
Uh,
It is a, I mean, I think was it last year, last before year, I still try to put in on a Sunday class in Gauradesh. I could speak on this Krishna. I think it was 4 chapters of how why Krishna does this conjugal love with the gopis, and why does he disappear from the rasa dance, all these things. What is the purpose? I've brought it up. So one can take what as a sadhaka we can appreciate and do, but rather, yeah, this is very mm, hard to when our mind is not pure. mm, and when we are talking about this, yeah, there are few areas that are quite risky. One is wine, the other one is women, the other one is wealth. So these things make us forget what is religion, what is right, what is wrong. So when we are talking about women here, in this case, the exalted gopis, we may still think them as normal. Why are they so much running behind Krishna? Hmm? Actually, chastity is the topmost, isn't it? Hmm? When
yes, Prabhuji.
chastity is everything, how come that the gopis are going behind Krishna? Whose fault it is? Is it Krishna's fault, or is it gopis' fault, or is it fault of both? In this fault finding, we make a fault.
Oh, nice, Prabhuji. Very beautiful photos. Yeah, I was so confused about this topic, but yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. So, and it really needs a lot of purity to appreciate the subject matter, and that's why acharyas usually, um yeah, they only appreciate the greatness of gopis, but not really into what dealings they do. Just like, yeah, parents appreciate. Sorry. Um yeah, one appreciates the parenthood. How couple becomes parents, because they bring offsprings to the world, right? Now it's not so interested to really understand how did they do it. It's all about, yeah, it's a process as per what Krishna is saying, and it is done, and that's why they are blessed with child. That's it. Yeah, one starts when one looks into more about that, then they start thinking, oh, wow, wow, because then the mind is polluted, and when mind is already polluted, then it's not. Yeah, that's why even when people are talking about garbhadana sanskara, then people are thinking, hey, what is this? What a custom it is. What is, people do really have such kind of programs that, okay, now you're doing a ritual so that you can have a good child. Yeah, why? Because the mind is not clean. The mind is polluted, and we think, hey, it's all about sex and nothing to do with anything else. And sex is something very confidential or very, of course, these days sex has become very open, and yeah, people don't worry or don't mind. But yeah, these are very sensitive, which can agitate the mind, and when it agitates the mind, then it causes mind to become more perverted, contaminated, and that's why these things, whatever it's related to wealth, okay, to some extent, after some extent, people don't share, right? If someone has so much, yeah, if you say I have 5 lakh, for example, what is 5 lakh these days? Nothing. If someone is saying that I am a billionaire, oh, one is very careful because all the people will dart on him. Oh, they are very envious of him, right? Wealth means that. Women means lust. Yeah. Oh, see, he's enjoying so many, and why can't I enjoy so many? What was the third one? Wealth,
Wine, Prabhuji.
wine, and wine. Yeah. So we know. Okay, wine. Yeah. Can you stop after one glass? Anyway, I don't know. No? It's very difficult, right? So all these drag us down, and these are the path to hell. So unless we have right consciousness, it's very hard to fight against them. So rather, why to fight? First of all, better to stay away.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. I think, yeah, makes
Mm.
sense, Prabhuji.
And women do not have this problem. Yeah, yeah. It is said, the scriptures say that men has attraction to women for enjoyment, but women do not have such attraction to men. Uh, so usually they don't have this problem. Rather, they are more interested in wealth. This is what they say. So in one way or the other, men or women both have traps, and one or the other way, one has to regulate the life.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Makes sense, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Mhm.
sir.
Okay, I just shared what is high philosophy. Okay. Anyone else about Bhagavatam, 10th canto, killing of Kamsa?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. That is
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't attend all of them, but at least the last week, um, the commentaries have added and make this understand much better. And thanks for that. And yeah, Krishna book gives very for it's easier to understand the routine, regular way how Krishna is being uh, shown. Like even Dhruv and Ninad can understand it much nicely.
Hmm.
But yeah, these insights are even more interesting and deepen the pastimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yes, Mataji. So Krishna book is nice as a storytelling to read and sleep. That's nice.
yeah,
Of course, a lot of philosophy Prabhupada has given. This is first book. And after that, Prabhupada has tirelessly has written Bhagavatam, all the cantos. But again, somehow it came to the 10th canto where Prabhupada was, yeah, had to leave it in the middle, right?
yeah,
So in one way, we can see that, okay, if Prabhupada is there, he would have given even more mm, mm, clear commentaries that we can correlate what it means for us. That I miss when I'm reading Acharya's commentaries. But Acharya's commentaries help us to connect directly to the point when we are able to appreciate that.
yeah. Yes. I mean, it's like earlier, like how Satish Prabhu was saying, what is in 10th canto? Why it's not asked to read?
Hmm.
So, in the beginning, but when we read, okay, 10th canto is all about Krishna book,
Hmm.
then it makes little better way to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, you should really understand the first all other cantos and then get into the 10th canto.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes
Right.
sense. Yeah.
Yes, of course, when we are going further and deep, so in the end, what happens is after 10th canto, there is almost like you feel, is there anything else? So one comes to that stage. So before coming to that stage, one has to gradually develop all these, uh,
Mm.
virodha, sorry, nirodha and muktir, and then ashraya. So these are also some things that one has to learn and then come to this platform. Yeah.
Mm.
That's why we are happy to go back to fourth canto to sixth
Yeah.
canto and
Yes.
spend more and more time there. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
yeah. Thanks, Madhuri.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Madhuri Mataji. I think you were also joining most of the sessions. Yeah, maybe you're on mute. Rayansh is joining, not even Pragati Mataji. I hear Rayansh voice. Hare Krishna. Harish Prabhu, Pragati Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you have joined all the sessions. That shows you have great taste for Krishna's pastimes, 10th canto, and especially this. Nice. How did you find?
Uh, we were trying to listen and digest because, yeah, we are not that pure to understand and grasp everything what you say. But yeah, it was our try in this Kartik month to get into to get some taste of it. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very nice. Good. Okay, so I leave here. Have a nice evening and the rest of the Kartik. Anyway, we will anyway catch up tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I think 3 more days, right? Kartik is there. So, yeah, let's keep ticking. Hare Krishna. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण